Hey guys, alright, well we're going to be moving forward with the install of the Z-axis. I'm going to try to get this, keep continuing to work on this until we get it buttoned up. As I put things together, I see that I have things that I'm going to have to work on. So I need a spacer here to push the head out to get the center line close to the center of the Y-axis travel. So in this video we're going to be working on this spacer. Now I've done this spacer before. There are a couple of fusion videos on drawing it up, and the only difference between this spacer and the other spacer is just the thickness. I've also done a machine video on this, so you can take a look at that if you would like to. What we've got is we're just going to go over to this G0602. What I've got here is a 6-inch diameter, 2-inch thick piece of 6061. And I've just got it on the lathe here, and I'm just trying to get it centered in my 4-jaw chuck. Now, one thing about this stock when you get it is it can be kind of out of round. So you can see here that the indicator is on 0, and it's on 0 here, but here it's a couple thousandths below, and also a couple thousandths below on this side, so it's a little out of round, but that's okay. I just want to get it centered the best I can. So I'm just basically running the same code that I ran before. I'm just changing the distance that I'm going back, because this is going to be just thicker. Tight clearance there. That's the max, 6 inches. Alright guys, so I got my spacer mounted in my 3-jaw chuck, mounted in my vise. Yeah, I've got a compound fixture here. I turned this on the lathe, and now I just need to bore my 3 mounting holes. This is my head spacer for the linear rail conversion. I need about 1.5 inches to push it out. This is about 1 5/8 inches. So hopefully it's going to work out just right. I'm just using my Hallmark impact tolerant touch probe, and we're going to be finding the center. And then now I just want to set my Z height. Alright, so now we should be set up, run the parts. We're just going to be doing a couple of boring operations and then a milling operation. end mill there. Definitely going full depth there. Alright. It's pretty good. That's a 4-flute end mill. It's an older end mill that I've had for quite a while. It's not the sharpest, but hole looks pretty good. We can get to the bottom of it. Yeah, pretty good job. It looks good, so we're done with this. We'll pull it out, we'll get it mounted on the mill, and I could have came and did a chamfer operation here to clean up these edges, but I'm just going to use a deburring tool because I couldn't do both sides. Got a lot of little things like this spacer to do before I can finish up completely with the Z-axis. I'm going to just kind of continue to work on these little things, and then we'll move on to the XY saddle. One thing I've got to do is I want to remachine the Z-axis bearing block. I'm going to be switching over from AC bearings that I used on this mill, and I'm going to be going with taper roller bearings. These are Timkins, and so I'm going to be using a cup and a roller bearing. This is just to give me some more lateral or vertical support side to side. I don't really need the high speed that the AC bearings offer. I would rather have a little bit more rigidity. So we're going to go with the tapered roller bearings. It gives you more contact area there on the bearing race than the AC bearings, and I think it'll give us a little bit more support. It's all about rigidity with this linear rail conversion. I'm trying to improve over the dovetails with the linear rails, and I want to try to improve, if I can, with the bearings and the bearing mounts. So I discussed it with my buddies in our Skype group. It was something that we decided to do, Wyatt and I, with our conversion, so we're going to be swapping over. I could take my old bearing blocks and just machine a pocket, because the bearings are very much the same, except for there's a little bit of stick out on the tapered roller bearings, and we need a little pocket for that. But we're going to finish up these little small projects and get this Z-axis completed, and then we can move on to the XY saddle. Alright, well, you can see we've got the spacer mounted on the head here. Looks pretty good. I've got my motor up here now. So I've got all the weight that I'm going to have on here. I still need to put my air cylinder, which is probably going to add maybe a couple of pounds. Everything clears real nice. Now, I've removed my drill from up here. There's nothing holding this. You can see that I can easily turn this up and down by hand. And it's really easy. So that tells me that it's really nicely balanced. So I'm really happy about that. Alright, so in the next video we'll concentrate on remachining this Z-axis bearing block for the tapered roller bearings. Guys, thanks for watching the video. If you're new to my channel and you're just tuning in and you like the video content, click on the subscribe button down here in the bottom right corner. That way when I post a new video, you'll get an update, and if it's something you're interested in, you can stop by and check it out. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and most importantly, be safe.